Early this week, I had to take my car, one of my cars, into the shop. A fortuitous engine light signal came on. Normally, you don't think of engine lights as a good luck, but this was a good one because it was a sensor that was tripped, and it was just a sensor. It wasn't anything worse than that, but it alerted us to a bunch of things that were wrong and could have been a lot worse if we hadn't have found them. So I take it as a gift from God. And the first thing we found out is that, and this car's had this problem before, it was bone dry on the oil. I mean, there was nothing on the dipstick at all. And a few more miles, it could have been really, really bad. And so we took that in. We wanted to make sure that there was no long-term damage and get a proper oil change, oil lubricant filter, and so forth. But of course, there were other things too. This car had been neglected for a while. I hadn't really been paying attention to it very much. And so it had a whole bunch of different problems that needed to be addressed. The sensor, some brakes, the tires needed rotation, some air filters, all the usual stuff that you kind of wait until the last minute to fix usually. And so I had to have it into the shop for a long time. But that also then reminded me, what else am I neglecting in my life? Where in my life have I let my oil run dry, bone dry? And I got myself to confession and had a bit of a workover for my own engine. And my car had to have an engine flush because when you burn the oil down to nothing, it can create stuff in the engine build up. So you can't just change the oil, you also have to clean out all the passages. It's the same thing with our souls. Sometimes it's one thing, kind of coming to a confession can be a kind of a change, but to really make it positive, we really have to make sure we're flushing the whole system, getting it all out. And so the church gives us like periods like this, the Dormition fast, which are not just your average oil, lube, and filter of the soul, right? The monthly confession, but a fasting period with special services, with an extra dose, okay, to change all the things up. You rotate the tires by coming to weekly services, doing things a little differently. You get the brakes going good again by learning to fast and resist temptation and fight it a little bit stronger. So you get all that. And so that's my goal for this Dormition fast, is to have as much good work as was done on my car, may it be doubly so for my soul through the exercises of the church. So for tonight, we do have on the schedule group confession. Group confession or group examination of conscience is the prayers that we say before confession, and then I'll read to you tonight an extra dose level of examination of conscience. Tonight's offering is from St. Peter of Damascus from the Philokalia, and it's the first 3 of 10 stages of contemplation. And these 3 stages of contemplation are the purification stages of really recognizing our sinfulness, lamenting for them, and just flushing the system. So even if you just came to confession recently, or you don't really, you're looking at your calendar, your clock, and you're like, I don't really need it anytime soon, I encourage you to stay just so you can hear these wonderful words and get the value from that. And then when that's all done, I'll invite you, if you would like to come up to make that your confession, join your words to your heart to St. Peter's words. You can come up and ask for absolution here at the gospel. But otherwise, if you'd like to stay for that, please do. Otherwise, come venerate the icon of our Lord in the gospel and go in peace and have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you throughout.